Trail and
Where are we starting at? Look behind you.
Frostville Museum.
All right, Fort Hill Trail, here we go. Trail starts. So this is one of the more popular hikes on the west side of Cleveland, Ohio. Been coming here since I was a kid, and a lot of people know about it. It's pretty empty today because it's raining a little bit, and it's late on a Sunday. Got the whole family out here. Here we go. All right. So something cool about this area is there are beavers here, and you'll see that they bite at the trees if one's around. Got a hollowed out tree here. This tree is ancient.
Oh
Look
my
at that
god! Go like close to it and look just in the back. Without it.
There's a lot of bugs in there.
There's just a
They're flying
swarm
around.
flying around.
It's a big tree.
Look at, they're just flying around.
Right, so we're approaching and kind of an opening in the trail here. It's like a marshy area. If you look, you can see there's a lot of bullfrogs, snapping turtles. When the water's clear here, there's usually fish in the water.
Ducks! Look at all those ducks.
Looks like there's some baby ducks up there.
How many points is that?
Come to a point where the trail, you can go right or left. To the left leads to a bird watching trail, I believe it's called. It's up on a hill. Adds a little bit of distance to your hike. So we're gonna go off to the left. This area gets crowded because it's close to the Rocky River Nature Center. But this trail back here, the Mount Pleasant Loop it's called, not many people go that way. And you have to cross the road to get to it up ahead. Here's where you got to cross the road. There is no crosswalk, so you got to be careful. Make sure there's no cars coming. Like that. Oh, this trail does get very muddy. Even pretty much when it hasn't rained, it's muddy at this part. So sometimes you got to dodge the puddles back here. It's actually not too bad considering we just got some rain. There is a little kind of side trail that's elevated a little bit in case this part's underwater, but not too bad today. So this is the part of trail. It goes uphill. Not too steep of an incline, but there are some steps at the end of this portion of the trail. At the top of this incline going up to the Mount Pleasant Loop. And here's the stairs I was talking about. Not too bad. Mount Pleasant flattens out at the top before you go back down. It is a steep drop off to the right side of the trail. It's very quiet up here. Usually don't see anyone else up here, so makes it pretty quiet. Steps going back down from the top of the Mount Pleasant Loop. We're circling back around. We're now going to follow the West Channel Pond Loop. This takes you to the Rocky River Nature Center. All right, we've reached the Rocky River Nature Center here. It's that building right there. If you have kids and need to stop and go inside, they have restrooms. I don't think they're open on Sundays. They just reconstructed this little bridge here over this pond. Lots of people up this way usually. There's a big parking lot over here. And then, so you walk up here to the left, you have the nature center, and to the right, you can see over there they have the infamous stairs that we'll be climbing soon. Along the river here, tree spotted a crane. There it is right there. All right, we see a beaver swimming right there. Really cool.
Oh yeah, there's a turtle. Where?
Really cool. Don't see them too often.
I think.
Fort Hill Steps. Here we go. Lots of steps here. People use them to exercise on. All right, so the steps are pretty steep here. And at the top is Fort Hill. A pretty cool historical site up there that we'll talk about. A little break off point here. About halfway up the steps. Get a little overlook at the river. Back to the steps. Here comes the boss and Fallon. All right, we are at the top of the steps. Very nice up here. And if you walk straight ahead, this wooden rail here kind of keeps people out of this area because they actually kind of recently discovered that there were mounds up here from the mound builders that lived in Ohio thousands of years ago. It might be hard to see on camera, but you can kind of see the terrain kind of rolls here. Obviously they've gone down over time. They've tried to preserve this. Well, when I was a kid and this little barrier wasn't here, there's a real big mound right here. They think maybe it was like a religious site or something for the people of the time. So here we go. You can kind of see a mound and a little divot here and another mound. So the view from the back end of it. So we went to the right when you get to the top of the stairs. Trail loops back here. It is again a sharp drop off to the right. These are the paths we were on earlier, down that way. Here's the path at the top. All right, we are approaching the scenic overlook. It's called Cedar Point. So this fence didn't used to be here, and we used to walk down this path here and kind of scale along the edge of the ridge line. It was a lot of fun. Nice overlook here though. It's a long way down. We are now going down back to the main path. That takes us back to where we parked at the Frostville Museum. We are back at the historic Frostville Museum area where we parked. And this was about a 3.75 mile hike. Back where we started.